Welcome back to Bride or Raise, and this week we've been looking at a study called All This Has Come Against Me, and we're looking at Genesis 42. Now today we are looking at a section from 7 to 20. So Joseph recognizes his brothers as they come in, they bow down to him, and he sees, okay, these are my brothers, they're here, but he quickly realizes that they don't know who I am. And so he decides to treat them as strangers. And he's using some wisdom, because last time he was with them, they tried to murder him, and so he asked them, where did they come from? And they told him. They said, well, we're from Canaan. And then Joseph accuses them of being spies, and that they've come to spy out the land's nakedness, which in other words means that they're there to spy out the weaknesses and the fortifications, weaknesses in their defenses. So they're really there to spy out to see if they could attack. And they protest and they say, no, that's not it. We're honest men. Which is quite ironic, especially in the ears of Joseph, since, last time he saw them, they tried to murder him, and then they stole his robe and then pretended like, a wild animal killed him. So, but he decides he's going to press this accusation of being spies, and they defend themselves. And I wonder if he was expecting them to do this. So they defend themselves, and they say, well, no, we're 12 brothers. We're a family. We're all brothers here. And one is still at home, and one is no more. And so Joseph reacts to their defense and says that he needs to test them. So if they are who they say they are, then they will have to bring their younger brother to appear before him, which they obviously aren't expecting, which they'll tell Jacob that. But they're thinking, well, if we tell him we're brothers, we can tell him the truth, that we're all brothers, and we're one, a bunch of spies would not be all brothers. That doesn't make any sense. Why would one family send all of their sons on this very dangerous mission if they're spies? That doesn't make any sense. So that's their kind of reasoning. Hey, we're all brothers here, and we got one dad, and that's what we're here for. But he tells them that, Joseph tells them that they will all be confined, but one will be allowed to go fetch Benjamin to prove their story is true. So Joseph confines them all for 3 days, and then he returns to them. So he kind of lets them sit in confinement for a while, just kind of, stew for a while. And then he comes in, he changes what he says, and he tells them, okay, now all of you can go, but one will have to stay. You guys can take the grain. I know if it's true, you're here to buy grain, then buy the grain. You can take the grain, go home, but you're still going to have to bring back your brother to prove that you really aren't spies. And for security, we're keeping one of you. And so they have to bring this and bring Benjamin to prove their honesty. So, Joseph's testing their honesty here. Are they going to do what they say they're going to do? So as we've seen before, Joseph is an honest, hardworking, God-fearing man. Are this test and his rough speech towards them a change in Joseph? Is he different now? Well, there's some clues in the text that point to Joseph's motivation for his actions. Now, verse 9 says that he remembered the dreams that he had dreamed of them. So Joseph's mind goes back to those dreams that God gave him back 20 years ago. And he remembers what must happen. And so his actions are based on the fact that his 11 brothers, according to his dreams, must bow down before him. Of course, there's a problem because there's only 10 of them there. What about Benjamin? So Joseph maintains his role as governor and protector of the land. Also, Joseph knows that his brothers are proven liars. And, not being aware of the status of his brother, he doesn't know if his brother is still alive. Are they lying about his brother? Are they lying about his father? He doesn't know. So this test will allow him to know for certain if his brother and father were still alive. I mean, their track record is not 100%. So in order to make sure that they're telling him the truth, that they truly are honest men, he's going to make them prove it to him. And then thirdly, when Joseph returns to them on the third day, he begins to tip his hand by saying, "For I fear God." So his promise to let them go is based on his fear of their mutual God. He does not swear by the Pharaoh, which is what Egyptians do, but that he would let them go because he fears God. And then fourthly, Joseph explicitly states that this is a test of their honesty. This is why he's doing it. I'm making sure you're honest. And so we see this. It's not because Joseph is being mean. It's not because, he is, because he's a liar and all that kind of stuff. No, he is testing, he's being wise and testing his brothers. And we'll actually see that again in chapter 43, where we can definitely show that he is a wise man. He's using wisdom, using prudence here, following what the Proverbs say, and watching his steps. So that's the end of the study for today. Come back next time. We're going to be looking at 21 through 28 in our study, and kind of seeing what happens next. What will the brothers do? And what will Joseph do? So come back next time.